There comes a time when we hear a certain call, when the world must come together as one. 1985, Filippo Manuzzi here from Interno Academy for our Café Talk April. Today we are here to talk to you about INCOLOR AURA. It is a fantastic instrument of color from inside, born in 2024 for you guys, a special tool for your salon. So let's discover Aura together. First of all, it's super important to share the plus about the business. Okay, so first of all, for example, starting talking about the size. The size, it is 100 ml. In general, this type of color tools, it is about 60 ml. Second, the mixing ratio, in general, the standard mixing ratio is 1 + 1.5. In general, these color tool types, it is used 1 + 1. This is just important to know because in 1 year of services, we can do much more client in the salon. What more? The color chart, it is very smart because we are talking just about 27 tones. So if I'm thinking about Aura in my salon, it is very simple. It is just a little storage. It's not like 100 colors. So that's just to share with you some good reason to use Aura in your salon, business speaking. And now let's share some plus about the formula. I have to tell you guys that we spent about 3 years to develop Aura. So it was a long procedure, testing and getting better with our laboratory. And in the end, we created this really high quality performance color tool. So let's share some important characteristic about the formula. First of all, it is a no ammonia formula. Why? Because obviously we have already our fantastic Hydra color, which is with ammonia, so that's a selection. If in the salon we want more performance, we want to lift melanin, etc. And Aura, it is an ammonia-free, so it is an option because we know that nowadays in all the world, we are at the moment in more than 50 countries, our market need even some color tool ammonia-free. Okay? What more? It is a resorcinol-free. What is resorcinol? Resorcinol, it is a pigment. At the moment, resorcinol, it is permitted in the regulatory, but doing a search about the future of the colors, we decided to develop Aura formula without resorcinol. Aura is not only a color tool, but is even amazing as plumping and shining formula on the hair. This is thanks to the formula. So we have, for example, organic baobab oil. This is mainly for nourishment, nourishing action. We have green and brown algae extracts, obviously, again, to protect and nourish scalp and fiber. And we have a great news about Insight formula. Obviously, again, organic oils from almond, olive, linseed, and borage. But in this case, we have a new way. We found a new way to develop this ingredient. So it is called enzymatically activation. So what is that? It's just a new manner, a different manner to process the organic ingredient to get the maximum performance, the best result on scalp and hair. So just to finish, thanks to this characteristic of the formula developed by our laboratory, Aura is not only a color tool, but it is a treatment, a real treatment for hair to get an amazing, shiny, replumping effect. Okay? Very good. Now we go a little bit more in detail, for example, introducing you the characteristic. So today in this Café Talk, we will divide it into parts. Parts 1, we will talk about the coloring part, and part 2 about activators and how to use. Okay? So let's start presenting you the information about the colors. As we said in the beginning, Aura is just 27 tones. Obviously, we divide it in 9 neutral, means that are not cool and not warm, plus 9 cool and 9 warm, total 27 colors. Obviously, we can select the color depending on what? Situation on client's hair and desire from the client, okay? So we select the right colors, the right tones, we can mix it. And plus, we have a special tool in the color chart. It is called Fusion Clear. It is a non-color nuance, so it is a transparent color, and it is very useful for many actions in the salon. So let's share the characteristic of this nuance called Fusion Clear. How to use one? We can add the Fusion Clear to our Aura blend to decide the power of the color. So if we want the maximum saturation, we avoid to use the Fusion Clear. If we want to have less power of color, so we want to have this shade but softer, we can add Fusion Clear. Obviously, it's totally free. Free, I mean, we can add from 1 to 99% in the formula. Okay? So it is clear that is really customization, okay? I can customize it depending again how much intensity of that color I want on that hair. How to use two? We can use the Fusion Clear only as a gloss treatment. Pardon, I'm a little bit, after the song, I'm a little bit untidy. Okay? So, we can use the Fusion Clear only as a treatment, only to have a gloss shine treatment. So, for example, today we have a client that tell us that she doesn't want to change her color. I want to keep my color, I don't want to change it, but I would like to have more shine, less matte, less frizziness. So we can just apply the Fusion Clear activated by the activator. We will talk about it in a bit. And in 20 minutes, just use Fusion Clear as a glossy, shiny, replumping treatment. Okay? Third, how to use about the Fusion Clear, it is to create some nuances, some color that we don't have in the chart. What does it mean? Example. In this client, we want to apply a 1031, a light beige. We don't have it in the chart, but we have 931 in Aura color chart. So we can just mix 931 plus Fusion Clear and get a 1031. So that's, again, talking about business, it is a very smart point of strength, because by the Fusion Clear, another example, I want to obtain a 605. in the chart we have the 505, so we can just mix it with the Fusion Clear and get a 605, okay? So, just to recap before to go forward, the 3 how to use about Fusion Clear: use it pure only for a shine replumping treatment, very fast, applied on the wash, on the shampoo bowl, 20 minutes and rinse it. Or 2, to decide the power of my Aura color blend today. 3, to obtain some missing color in the chart. Okay, fantastic, very good. After that, now we switch to treat the topic number 2, which is the how to use and the activators. That's very important because, as we mentioned in the beginning, Aura, it is a very hybrid transversal color tools. What does it mean? Depending on the how to use, Aura can be a gloss, long-lasting tone-on-tone effect, or can be an ammonia-free permanent color. So, depending about how we use it, Aura can really change and become a different color tool. Okay? So, we can mix, if we want that Aura, it is a gloss, tone-on-tone, long-lasting, we will mixing it with our 5-ball liquid activator in a mixing ratio 1 plus 1.5, means, example, 50 grams Aura color plus 75 grams 5-ball liquid activator. And the time, it is a range between 1 and 20 minutes. Let's recap it. Aura used as a gloss tone-on-tone long-lasting effect. Mixing it plus 5-ball liquid activator, 1 plus 1.5, time range from 1 to 20 minutes. Or option 2, if we want to use Aura as a permanent ammonia-free color, we will mix it with our nourishing activator 20 volume, 1 plus 1, time 30 minutes. In this case, will be a permanent, so will be maybe we will see a little bit of regrow in the time. Okay, so it's more intense in saturation. This how to use with the 20 volume, 1 plus 1, 30 volume, 30 minutes, pardon. It is even specific for gray hair camouflage. Aura, it is now really popular in all our countries, so Latin America, Middle East, Europe, even on gray hair. The performance, it is amazing. The people that are already came in our courses know it very well. So you can use it and try it in many situations on gray, will be unbelievable. Obviously, I have to share one important information with you guys. We have just one action that we cannot perform with Aura, which is lifting. We cannot lift melanin natural color. For that action, we need to use our fantastic INCOLOR Hydra color. Okay? So just to finish the important topic about gray hair, when we can and when we cannot select Aura on gray. Example, if we have 50% white hair, gray, and 50% level 5 like me, and we want to obtain a color target 8, Aura is not the best tool because we cannot lift the natural 50%. You got it? Okay, so in this case, we have to select Hydra color to lift the natural melanin. But if we have, for example, 100% white hair, gray, or we have some percentage gray and some percentage natural color, which is 1.5 tone near the color target, the color desired by the client. In this case, we can perform fantastic coloring camouflage on gray. Especially because nowadays, as you know, in all around the world, the taste of color on gray is not anymore so strong, so saturated like in the past. Now ladies in all the countries, east, west, north, south, prefer to have, obviously, a perfect coverage, yes, but a more translucent, soft way to color gray hair. Okay? Very good. So before what we miss to share with you guys the official how to use of Aura, which is even on the label and on our technical manual called the Insight method. So how to use standard for Aura. First of all, we start washing the hair using our Intech pre-treatment shampoo. Wash the hair gently to remove all the excess of sebum, silicones, styling, keratin, etc. Especially if we want to perform it on gray coverage. So we have to remove all the external residue on the cuticle from, again, styling, silicone, keratin, etc. Then, after washing the hair, do not apply mask or conditioner. Is not suggested, okay? Obviously, if it's totally damaged, we suggest maybe to perform a light conditioner before to be able to manage the hair. Okay, now super important, guys, pay attention in this minute. We have to decide how much water leave on the hair. We can decide to apply Aura on very damp. We can decide to apply Aura on light damp or on dry. For example, if I want to perform a gray hair coverage camouflage, I have to dry it 100% using the hair dryer to have the maximum intensity, maximum saturation. Fantastic. Now, depending on the activator, so even about the texture of the product, we can evaluate to apply it with the applicator very fast in the shampoo bowl or basin, or we can decide to apply it with the brush and the bowl at the station. This depends on you. Obviously, the application with the applicator, it's super fast. It is just 30 seconds. If we have to apply it with the brush and the bowl and the comb, it needs more time. So you have to pay attention because you have to respect the time rules dictated from the laboratory and from myself by the testing, all the testing made during the developing. Okay, after the application, we have to manage the time. So we said, just to recap it, 5-volt liquid activator, time range 1 to 20 minutes, so we can manage it and decide when we get enough saturation, or vice versa, activator 20 volt, 1 plus 1, 30 minutes. We have to wait 30 minutes. So the time that we spend during the application, it's important because I cannot spend 40 minutes to apply the product and wait 30 minutes more because can be too much as a time, you know? So the secret to manage the power, just to finish, Aura, it is very powerful and very fast. So how to manage with no stress? Just 1, decide to use or not the Fusion Clear. 2, decide to leave some water in the hair, so to leave it more damp. And then, finally, decide the time. Okay? After finishing the processing time, we can go back with the client to the shampoo bowl or the basin to have a deep rinse. That's very important, because if we don't rinse very well Aura, we can get some residue and don't obtain this amazing shine effect. So good rinse, especially if it's thick and long hair. And then, just to finish the official how to use, as always after a coloring treatment, we proceed using our post-chemistry shampoo, okay, and post-chemistry mask. That's the how to use official for Aura. Last info, I remember you that before to finish, guys, now we will wait a couple of minutes, we will share with you a video, and after that you can, if you want, you can write on the YouTube chat if you have any question or doubt. So if you have some question or doubt, please write it in the YouTube chat, so with my team here we can answer. If we don't have any question, doubt, we just say goodbye for today. Okay? So last info before the video, important, it is this amazing visual effect from Aura. What does it mean? During the processing time, Aura, it seems sometimes very different looking the texture of the product. Can seems darker or more intense. So don't worry, and especially share it with your client before to apply it. So how can we share in the right manner with the client? We can say, look, this is a new treatment for your hair, this new coloring tool. It is amazing because during the processing time, it seems very different. Can look more red or more dark, but don't worry about the texture of the product, okay? We have to inform the client, because we want that the client is relaxed, because sometimes if I don't communicate it to the client, she can look in the mirror and think, wow, I'm getting so dark, I want to be blonde, you know? So no problem, no worries. First of all, you guys, then communicate to the client. It's just important to, just to resume, select the right tones, decide if we want to use or not the Fusion Clear, decide the right quantity of water to leave inside the hair during the application, decide the processing time, and that combo permit you to really customize Aura in the best manner on every client. Okay? Fantastic. So I think that's all. On our YouTube channel, you have some more information, some video. So see you in a couple of minutes. Just to finish, if you have some question, doubt, please write it on the YouTube chat, and see you in a bit.
It's not about what we do, it's about what you choose. It's about who you are. Every insight product begins with an intuition, with an insight that transcends the science of hair care. It goes further, creating value to be shared with everyone. Through the glass of our packaging, we envision a better, more sustainable world. We can shape the future, moulding it like the endlessly recyclable aluminum of our tubes. Our projects are inspired by the circularity of life. We recycle, reuse and reinvent, unlocking a cycle of infinite possibilities. Our mindful cosmesis brings us closer to a more human, more beautiful future. Our company is more than just a production site. It's a space designed to harmonise with the environment and create a better tomorrow. Every day we commit to a responsible, transparent beauty industry that cherishes all living beings. We are certified carbon neutral because we seek to maintain balance, including environmental balance. We are no longer unconscious consumers. We are individuals making choices to change the world day by day. Insight, going beyond the tangible.
Here we are back. Okay, fantastic. So we have some questions. So first of all, I didn't say that in the beginning, guys. Thank you for your time today with us. Thank you very much. And thank you for this question from some friend. So let's share it. First question. Do you provide some bottle applicator, some applicator? Obviously, it is a tool that we don't provide in Insight. So as you wish, you can select and buy all the type of applicator that you prefer. Okay? So no, Insight doesn't provide any applicator for Aura. Second question, how many grams do you recommend adding in the formula of GTM and RTM? So what is that? We didn't talk about it. Very simple. GTM means gold tones maximizer, and RTM means red tones maximizer. Why we call it maximizer? We didn't want to call them corrector because sometimes hairdressers are afraid to use correctors. In the end, very, very simple, guys. The red tones maximizer and the gold tone maximizer are just normal nuance that we can use pure, mix it together, mix it with the Fusion Clear, or mix it with any color in the chart. So there's no rule about grams. We just have, again, to study, analyze the picture from the client of the color target. Analyze how much darker it is, and which kind of reflection it is. And then, just to finish the answer, we can decide if we have to select the gold tone maximizer or the red tone maximizer, both of any color. So, no rule. Obviously, it's normal that if we have a light blonde on a light blonde, the red tone maximizer will be much more visible because the base is super light. Vice versa, if we have a level 5 or level 6, the red tone maximizer will be just only the reflection, will not so visible because it has not any power of lifting. From this question, I want to add even an important information that I forgot to mention in the beginning. When we said that we can add the Fusion Clear to create the mixing nuance in the chart, I didn't mention the quantity suggested. So let's share an example. Again, we want to obtain a 1031. Okay? We have the 931, so we can add the Fusion Clear to the 931. How much quantity of Fusion Clear? Very simple. In between 30 and 50%. Why? If we add less than 30%, we don't really change that nuance, that color. If we add more than 50% of the Fusion Clear, we lose the level and the reflection, so we don't have anymore the right result. So just to finish, when we want to take a lighter nuance that we miss on the color chart, we add the Fusion Clear to the other nuance in between 30 and 50%. Let's check if we have some more questions from some more friends. So again, thank you very much, guys, for your question. Okay, fantastic. So from myself and from Insight team here behind the cameras, we say to you, thank you again for your time. Or if you are watching this Café Talk on YouTube in the future, thank you anyway. Keep in touch. Goodbye.